Hey there, superhero enthusiasts. Welcome back to my channel. Trilogy Davis here. I'm your host, and today we're going to be soaring through the skies of Metropolis to rank the live-action Superman costume worn by our favorite superhero and the #1 superhero of all time, the Man of Steel, Clark Kent. We're going to be ranking the top 10 superhero live-action costumes worn by Superman throughout his long tenure as a superhero. We're going to start at 10 and work our way all the way to #1, 10 being the worst relatively, and #1 being the best live action suit. Starting at number 10, I'm going to have Brandon Routh's Superman Returns suit. Now, looking at this suit, there's not too much to really like about this suit, even though it does make our top 10. The red on the briefs and the boots and the cape, I do think it's just too dark of a red. As far as the tights go, they're not horrible, but they're not great either. I do really like the belt. The belt is really nice. I think this belt would look good on any suit, even without the briefs, as long as they take those the belt straps out. But yeah, this belt is really nice. The emblem isn't too bad as far as the 3D emblems go, but the colors are off. The blue looks good. It's like the right shade of blue, but the costume just looks kind of thin. I know they're all skin tight suits, but it just looks kind of thin to me. So that's why I have to put it at our number 10. For our number 9, we're going to go to, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I'm going to have to go with Henry Cavill's Man of Steel suit. I do like the emblem a lot. As far as the size, the shape, the S, I like the red and the gold compared to the red and the yellow. But overall, the blue on this suit is just a little too dark to me. Like, it's not black. It's not really regular blue. It's just super dark. I do like the oval for the belt that they have there. But I do think if they're going to put a belt, they should commit to it instead of putting the piping there to symbolize where a belt would be. But the oval does look better than the rectangle that they would move on to later on, like the floating belt buckle. For our number 8, I'm going to be going with the all black suit, the Death of Superman black suit. Now, this suit would have been so much cooler if they had done more of the comic aspect of it, where it's black and then it has a very silver S. I felt like the suit was more of just an all black, shades of black type thing. And it's kind of a repeat of Spider-Man 3's Venom suit, symbiote suit, where instead of having that white symbol there, they literally just make it all black. And I felt like this movie came out 15 years apart. You would think they would learn the lesson of that. Because the black suit in the comics is just super cool. But I felt like in the Snyder Cut, when we finally did get to see this black suit, it was cool for the moment, but comparing it to the other suits, once you get past that shock value and you look at what it was adapting, you're a little bit let down, in my opinion. For number 7, I'm going to be putting David Corenswet's Superman suit, and this is just from the leaks that we've just seen recently on Instagram. I'm going to put it up there for you along with the S emblem picture that they revealed. Looking at this suit, it looks really good. The blue looks right. The yellow looks good. The red looks good as far as shades go. The U cup at the top of the boots is a little weird to me. And as someone else pointed out, why does Superman have knee pads? Like, why does Superman have knee pads? Some people were also calling it very Marvel-esque, which I guess isn't too surprising since James Gunn did come from Marvel first. But a lot of people are talking about the piping on the suit as far as the details and the lines go. And like, it looks like a kind of techie Superman suit, which I do like this suit. It really just depends on the setting that we're going to be in for this movie. But I really can't put it any higher than 7, because this is really all we've seen of this suit. And I really don't know how the leggings look yet as far as that goes. So that's not the leggings. I mean, the briefs. I'm typically a fan of no briefs versus briefs. But we haven't really seen how they look on this costume. So I'm gonna have to put it at number 7. The cape does look nice and long, which I do like a very ridiculously long cape as far as that goes. If you're gonna have a cape, I want to see the cape. Number 6, and I know this is probably going to be blasphemy for some people, but I'm going to be putting the Christopher Reeves super suit here. Now, this suit is classic and iconic. It is a almost perfect adaptation of the Superman suit from that era of comics. This is definitely classic Superman, from the boots to the cape to the symbol to the coloring. Like, the colors are bright and hopeful. This is the Superman that flew around the earth to rewind time. Like, this suit is really nice. Me personally, like I said before, I prefer a longer cape, but this Superman adaptation is classic and timeless. And you can throw, like, I've seen lots of edits where you just change the actor, and almost every person who's ever played Superman looks great in this costume. There's no need for ab implants or anything like that. No muscle tones, no over designed lines. Everything looks great on this costume. I do have the boots are a little off, but this is pretty much the same suit in all 4 Superman movies for Christopher Reeves. The suits back then didn't change because I guess they weren't focused on selling toys like that yet. We're really getting to our top 5 now. And for me, my next top 5 is going to be, my next entry in our top 5 is going to be the Kingdom Come suit. And if you haven't watched the Arrowverse shows, you may not have seen this one. This one, ironically, is kind of a funny Easter egg. Ben and Ruff, who played Superman, played as the Atom in this. And one of the crossovers, he actually got to reprise his role as Superman. And this is the costume that he wore. And this is just a super upgrade from what we've seen before. I say if you have to wear the underwear, at least makes them boxers. And these are kind of boxery-like. The belt is very simple with no symbol on the gold, but I like it. The S is red and black, and it's sleek and it's 3D, and it just looks really cool compared to the yellow that we usually get. So I do think this is really, really good. And this is just such an upgrade from that previous suit, and they're so similar. Even though I think he's playing a different version of Superman, it's just, if you look at them side by side, the red has been corrected. The underwear have been turned into the boxers. The only thing that's really a downgrade to me is the belt, because that belt was just so good in that movie. Maybe I'm the only one who liked that belt, but everything else on here, the emblem is an upgrade, the colors are an upgrade, the boots are an upgrade, but the belt is the only thing that's a downgrade. And the belt isn't really that bad. It's just comparing it to what I've seen before, it's the only thing that's downgraded on there, but it still is enough to make our top 5. Getting to our number 4, we're going to have the suit worn by Henry Cavill in Batman vs. Superman in the Justice League movies. Both of these suits are very similar, although I know the colors are a little different. They're just so similar that I'm going to put them together as one entry. If there's something that's really different between these suits, let me know down in the comments, but I'm looking at like the side by sides, and the colors look a little different, but everything else looks identical on these suits. Even though I'm putting these suits above the Man of Steel suit, I just really am not a big fan of the 6-pack that they put on this suit. It was also on the black suit. Like, I don't know why they have to put a 6-pack in the suit. It's Superman. He's already built. Like, I just don't like how it looks. And don't tell me that's like his abs through the shirt, because it's just not believable. It's just not. It doesn't look good in my opinion. I think the suits look better without the abs. We don't really need those abs on the suit. But the colors are nice. I like them as a good upgrade from the Man of Steel suit, because that suit was pretty good. They still don't have the full belt. They're still just putting the piping there, but the colors are much brighter, and I really like these suits. I feel like they were only getting better as they went. And if we had got another Henry Cavill's costume, it might have been perfect. Like, they were only going up. Getting to our top 3, we're going to go to the Tyler Hoechlin suit. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. Apologize to anybody whose name I've said wrong. But this is first seen in the Arrowverse. We first see it in Supergirl. And compared to the other suits on this list, I really like it. I like the boots. I like how they jut up. There is some of that piping that people are always talking about, the lines on the suit, but I don't think it's too overdone. The belt is nice and simple, but it's there. I like the belt. And then the symbol is also very good. I think the most defining thing about this suit compared to the other ones is the cape is very long, but the cape, instead of like being tucked into the shirt like line, the collar, it has its own straps where it's secured onto the front of the cape, onto the front of his chest. I have the picture up now, hopefully, so you can see it. It has the gold clips, And I think that is just so cool. None of the other suits have that on here. None of them. They all just tuck into his shirt. And I think this clip here is just so much cooler than tucking it into the shirt. For our number 2 best live action suit, we have the version 2, same actor, still in the Arrowverse, but this is going to be kind of what they used in the Superman and Lois show. He has like a prequel suit in there that he has for like a flashback scene, but I'm not really going to include it because it wasn't really there that long and it wouldn't really make my top 10 anyways. But yeah, this suit is really good. It gets rid of the clasps from the first version of this suit, which I really like, but I think the colors are better. I think it fits better. The belt is sleeker. I really like how the belt looks. So it is an upgrade in every way except for those shoulder clasps. I can't really penalize it too much because most suits on this list don't have the clasp, but I just think that gold clasp is so good. I don't know why it's removed, but it was just so cool to have it hanging there. That's just me. Before we get to our number 1 Superman costume on here, we're going to put our honorable mention on here, which is the George Reeves costume from the Adventures of Superman show. Very classic. The underwear is just a little bit too long for me. But I mean, it doesn't fit as well as the Christopher Reeves costume. And I just, between this one and the Superman Returns suit, I looked at them really hard side by side. And if I had to say, I had to go with the Superman Returns suit, but it wasn't really close. But I just wanted to go ahead and put a shout out on here because it's a very classic suit. We wouldn't have a lot of the looks that we have now. And at the time, it was kind of iconic. So yeah, I want to throw it in there for our honorable mention. And with that said, let's get to our number 1. I might be cheating by putting an all black suit on here, but this Arrowverse all black Superman suit from one of the crossovers is so sick. Look at this. And compared to the Snyderverse version where it's like all shades of black, there is metallic silver on this suit and it looks so close to the comic version of this suit. Tyler Hoechlin looks amazing in this suit. And you would think I was the biggest Tyler Hoechlin fan based off putting his suits in the top 3, but I just think they look great. The designer for this show was in their bag when they made these Superman costumes. They look amazing. So that's why I just have to put them above the Henry Cavill suits. Plus the Henry Cavill suits don't have a belt. I really think the Superman suit, if you're not going to put the briefs or the tights there, you need a belt to kind of break up that blue. Something kind of like Spider-Man uses his red belt there in most of his costumes. And there you have it, guys. That's my definitive ranking of the live action Superman costumes. Whether you prefer the classic charm of Reeves or the flair of Hoechlin's design, one thing's for sure, Superman's iconic attire continues to inspire all fans around the world. If you want to see more content like that, just go ahead and give a thumbs up and subscribe for more superhero content. Let me know with the comments down below what's your favorite Superman costume and let me know why. Until then, stay super. Peace.